Kia ora, my name is Scott Larson. I'm here from Nuzest. We are a plant-based nutraceutical company and we're really excited to be here with Thermomix today to take you through a range of nutritional recipes. With us we have Luke Tan. Luke, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, this is Luke. I'm a coach and educator and I specialize in helping people build a strong mind and body using a plant-based diet. Thank you for this opportunity, Scott.
You're welcome. And you haven't seen the Thermomix?
No, this is the first time, so it's a demo for me as well.
Perfect. So for those of you out there today, it may be your first time seeing the machine. That's okay. We're going to go through this together and we're going to make some great recipes. So let's crack into it. We're going to start off with a low-calorie base or a smoothie. And what I'd like you to talk about, let's understand why should we worry about our calorie intake, and as part of a weight loss regime, why are calories important?
So calories is just a unit or measure of the energy of food. So really where calories are concerned, a calorie is not really a calorie as they say, because we look at a mango, unripe mango versus a ripe mango would have more calories than an unripe mango because it's higher in sugar. So I think it's important to understand that calories alone do not dictate weight loss, but it's important to know what your calorie intake is.
And that's a great place to start because water has no calories, and we're just going to pour in a jug of water. And added to that, we're actually working with Nuzest today. This is Clean Lean Protein, and it's vanilla protein powder, plant-based. And this has very low calories. So we're gonna put in 4 scoops straight out of the pot. There's no sugar in this, gluten-free, dairy-free, GMO-free. Unfortunately, it's not free. But so 4 scoops of the protein, and that forms the base of our low-calorie smoothie. I like to pop a bit of ice in there to make it ice blended. And we are going to put the lid on and turn the dial. We're simply blending this. We'll start at about 4. And then we're going to pulse it a little bit. And that will do. So this is our low-calorie smoothie that forms a base, and it tastes like vanilla. So I'm just going to pour this into a glass which we've prepared, and then we're going to pour the rest back into the jug. So it comes out nice and fluffy, very smooth. I'm sure Luke will give that a go.
Oh, please do it. Can I?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, cool, sweet, awesome. Makes my day. Makes my day.
So the next smoothie that you may want to work with is more of a nutritionally ready smoothie that is packed with goodness. So let's start talking about micronutrients. What are micronutrients? What are vitamins, minerals, and why does our body need them?
So micronutrients are things like as you just said, your vitamins and minerals. That's what you have, particularly in high amounts in plant-based foods. So eating the rainbow, and say, what is eating the rainbow? Each different color of a vegetable represents a specific phytochemical that your body actually needs, whether it's for health, whether it's for digestion, whether it's for disease reversal. So for example, green, we've got chlorophyll. And with micronutrients, I mean, let's say we've got orange for carrots, beta-carotene. We've got red, lycopene, tomatoes. So really, when you're starting to eat a diet that is high in nutrition or high in amount of nutrients, you want to focus on eating as much color as you can. And in this case, we have green here, which is rich in chlorophyll, and all green foods are generally quite alkaline forming. So they are really good for the system, for weight loss, for reducing any digestive stress, and also optimizing overall wellness.
We're going to start off making this super green smoothie. Let's have a look at this together. So we're equally dividing it, so that's approximately 320 grams in there or so. Then we're going to add 1 scoop of the Good Green Vitality. The Good Green Vitality is being put in this recipe because it has 75 ingredients. So our entire bench would be covered in food if we were trying to make up what 1 scoop is going to give you in this recipe. So we add in 1 heaped tablespoon of the Good Green Vitality. Then we have our spinach as per the recipe, and 1 whole avocado also goes in. Now, we don't have a preset recipe for this in the machine, so you're going to have to do the pulsing again. We go back, and starting slow, just like we did last time, getting that starting to crush up, and then moving it up to 7.5. Back down to 4.5. This is a pulsing method. I'm not sure if you're used to it. This is how I like to do it at home. Back up to 7 and off. Now, one thing you can do to make sure everything has been mixed in correctly is we're just going to take a look, and inside just make sure there's nothing on the walls that is still large on the walls, and this is actually mixed really smooth, perfectly. I'm gonna grab another glass and we are going to make our green smoothie. So we're gonna dig into our hot meal now, which is a great meal that we could be using for dinner. And Luke, you live a plant-based diet, so tell us a little bit about the lifestyle and what are the ingredients that you would be using on a frequent basis in your normal week to week?
Sure. I think for me, I definitely have smoothies. I break my fast with smoothies, but mainly I would say a lot of whole plant-based foods. So what are whole plant-based foods? I consume a whole plant-based diet, which is essentially nuts and seeds, legumes, lots and lots of fruits and vegetables. So that constitutes pretty much almost 100%, well, 100% of my diet. I don't consume any animal products and haven't done so for the past almost a decade now. So in terms of the ingredients, at least we have today, I do use turmeric. Turmeric is great as an anti-inflammatory. Things like Himalayan sea salt. I tend to use Himalayan sea salt because there's a lot more minerals in there as compared to iodized salt. Garlic is also great it has anti-inflammatory properties, and also if you're sick, when I'm sick, I tend to take a little bit more garlic. Complex carbohydrates, I do have a lot of sweet potato as well. Sweet potato is a complex carbohydrate, so complex carbohydrates don't jack up the blood sugar like simple carbohydrates like your processed white breads, white sugar, and sweets. But complex carbohydrates are just easier for you to digest, and you stay satiated a lot longer because it's compared to spinach, it's a lot more calorie dense. You can eat a lot of spinach and you're gonna get really hungry pretty quickly, but you wanna, at least for me, I fill up on complex carbohydrates like and starches. So sweet potato is one of them. And yeah.
Perfect, because you're gonna see right now how simple it is to go through. So let's kick it off. 450 grams of our cauliflower. We're gonna place it in. And so we are gonna turn the dial to speed 5. And the machine will do the rest of the work. So Thermomix is amazing. It has blended it so fast. We normally just press next, and some of the mix is actually caught up high on the side, so we are just going to knock that down and make sure that we can get everything mixed up. Already it's looking like rice, and that was only 2 seconds of blending, so we're off to a great start. We put the measuring cup back on if you've chosen to do it that way, and we'll turn it to speed 5 once again. You think you can do this?
I don't know, I'll try.
I'm not gonna put you through that today. Basically, we're going to take that off now, and we are gonna transfer this to the Varoma for later. So I'll place it over here, and we are going to get this mix out into the varoma. So actually I'll put it on the ground because it has little holes in the bottom, and we're gonna get it all out. So you can see how fluffy it is, really looking like rice. That forms a perfect base for the rest of this recipe. All right, next step, we're gonna add 20 grams of the olive oil. Fortunately, this is all pre-measured. We're gonna add the 120 to 150 grams of onions, so just following along on the recipe. 2 to 3 garlic cloves, and 1 red chili, which we've chosen not to do. We're going to add chili powder, so this one is the chili powder. You insert them all in, and then we are going to put the lid back on and mix those items up.
I love the sound it makes.
Again, you'll notice that the items have come up high in the mixer. So we're just going to scrape it down using the Thermomix spatula here to make sure it's all off the walls, and we're going to get a very even mix. And then we're going to be blending it once more. If you're enjoying this video, make sure you smash that like button. We need others to see information like this, not just on how to use the Thermomix machine, but also getting some amazing nutritional advice.
Indeed.
So Luke, where can people follow you? You got an Instagram handle or?
Oh yeah, I sure do. So my Instagram is @𝐿ukeTan.co.
And have you got any projects coming up that you think the audience would be interested in knowing about?
Oh, thanks for asking. So, I mean, I'm also the co-host of an upcoming event called Plant-Based Asia. It's on plantbasedasia.org. It's an event that spearheads health, fitness, and sustainability in the Asia Pacific region. So, lots of inspiration, lots of practical tips to healthy living.
Awesome. And you actually wrote a book as well. What is the title of your book? Where can people grab a copy of that?
Sure. My book is Awake and Alive, Harness Your Physical and Mental Potential Through a Plant-Based Diet, and it's all available on 𝐿ukeTan.co as well.
Perfect. We're almost finished now, so we'll be heading across to the next step. We're going to add our 2 tablespoons or 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds. And then we're going to reinsert this and take the next step. Again, turning the speed just 2 steps, and this is going to cook for another 2 minutes. So some of the raw ingredients that we're working with today we actually made from scratch, specifically the vegetable stock powder that we just added. This is a great feature of the Thermomix, is you can make all of your stock powders really easily. On the recipe before, when we had the almond butter, that was also pre-prepared, and it's a great way to get all of these necessary bases for all of your meals pre-made, so then you can go quickly when you're making your meals at home. So we're 10 seconds away from this now, and we don't have many steps to go. So looking forward to getting this off and moving on. So we're going to add our sweet potatoes now, and the fragrance from here, come and smell that.
Oh, that smells amazing.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable indeed. Love it, love it.
So we're going to add our sweet potatoes, and these are pre-diced. We're also going to add our tomato paste. $500 grams of water. So this is another great feature. We can just set the scale there, and pour the water until we hit the 500 grams. So going to add the olive oil as well. And turning the dial again to the slow mixing. Now we're going to be cooking for 3 minutes. So perhaps we jump around to the front and we start off with some exercises that cooking takes a little bit of time. So we can do some exercises while your meals are being prepared in the Thermomix. You don't have to stand here and watch it. You can walk away, and this is a great time to do a little bit of physical activity. So let's go.
All right, so what we're gonna be doing today, we're just gonna go through 3 simple exercises. One is just to get the whole body moving and get your circulation happening. More circulation means increased metabolic rate. Increased metabolic rate means more weight loss. So we've got 3 exercises. The first one is the albatross. Second one is a dip. And the third one is a squat and lunge, all right? So we're just gonna do the albatross first. So we're just gonna start in a kind of semi-squat position with your arms kind of crossed with each other, and you're gonna reach to the sky and breathe into the heavens, and exhale. Reach to the sky, fill your chest and your lungs and your tummy up with air, and exhale. Get that circulation happening. So we're just gonna do 5 reps of that. So for the albatross is something that I would recommend for my clients to do first thing in the morning, especially if you can go to a garden or nature somewhere, make sure you're bare feet to the ground, connect to the earth, and breathe in. Because a lot of times we spend our days indoors, in office buildings, we don't really get a lot of fresh air. So this is the time for you to really breathe in nature and breathe in the outdoors. So I would say the best time to do the albatross would be probably at the start of the day, or really, if you're in the middle of cooking, waiting for your Thermomix to finish the recipe, or even if you're working in the computer and you just want a bit of a movement break, do the albatross. It just gets its circulation happening. So the next one I'm going to be doing is just some tricep dips, very, very simple. You can do this on your desk or do this on a chair. Clients that I used to train always say, oh look, how can I get my arms more toned? When I wave my arms, the bottom of my arms keep flopping around. How can I tone that up? So the best thing to do is just build the back of your arm, which is this muscle here, your tricep. So you can do that by just stepping forward and just going into a dip position. Just do it for about 10 reps. Further your feet are away from the table, the more weight there is. Okay, so if you don't really have a lot of strength, you can bring yourself really close to the table and just use your legs to assist you to push yourself up. So I would say maybe do 10 reps of that, 10 reps. So the next exercise I'm going to show you is a squat lunge. It's going to help firm up your thighs and your bum. So what we're going to do with this exercise is just a squat and a forward lunge. Go as low as you can. 2. And you're just going to do that for about 10 reps. So really you have 3 exercises there. Your albatross, you can do that for 5 reps, 10 dips, and 10 squat lunges. You can, if you want, you can do that for about 3 sets and you should be set.
So while Luke was working out just now, our Thermomix had actually finished that stage of our meal. How easy was that? Set and forget. I love it. So the next step is we're going to be doing the 𝐼𝐴. And what's important in this recipe is we need to leave a little hole, 2 or 3 little holes in our cauliflower rice, so then the steam can come up. We're just going to place the 𝐼𝐴 on the top and place a lid. And once again, we're going to set the dial and let that go for another 8 minutes. So the aroma coming off the Thermomix now is fantastic. We're almost at the end of the journey. Of course, spinach does not take that long to cook, so it is the final step of this. So press next. So we're going to set this aside. So making sure all of that excess humidity and water drops in. We're going to set aside the varoma. So the next step is adding our 200 grams of spinach. So to do that, we're just going to take the lid off and pop our spinach in. And the sea salt, and Luke and I both love salt.
I love it.
So using that sea salt is very good for you. Finally, placing everything back together, and the final turn for 2 minutes, and then we'll be plating. So we're going to start off with our varoma level, which is our cauliflower rice, which we're going to place into the first serving dish. Keeping everything nice and hot. It's a very clean recipe, not much washing up to do afterward. Second step is the soup cum stew. We're going to pour that in. So we're going to give it a go at plating this. So couple of nice helpings. Normally you would look to garnish this with some fresh parsley or something like that. We really want to get the big potatoes out from the bottom. And then as a final step, we want to drizzle some of this beautiful soup all over that cauliflower rice. So the final step, just give it a nice drizzle, and you're set for dinner.
Yum, 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 yum. I love it. Love the aroma.
So the final step today is desserts. I'm sure many of you like dessert, but today we're going to make a healthy dessert. What kind of healthy vegetarian vegan desserts do you normally have?
I normally have banana ice cream. So basically just frozen bananas, and sometimes I put some matcha powder in there, put a bit of sea salt or even some dates and just blend it up, and that's really just what I have. And you can pop whatever toppings that you want, and my daughter loves it. So that's number one. And of course, nothing like some good dairy-free raw chocolate. I love chocolate.
Chocolate has a lot of benefits, but today we're going to be making popsicles, and these are going to be full of great ingredients. They are child-friendly as well, so let's give it a go. We have everything pre-measured, but if you'd like to measure it on the way out, always remember you have the scales function on the Thermomix machine. So we're going to start off and put in the 150 odd grams of your coconut flesh. We reset the scale. We pop in 1 full tub of coconut cream. This is going to give it, it's an amazing flavor, so very decadent.
But healthy.
And healthy. It should be both, right?
Can be, yeah. It can be decadent and healthy at the same time.
That's the goal. So this one is our fresh cashew nut, which was pre-blended. And you can see it's so stretchy. Fantastic consistency. We're going to try to get the rest off. And we're going to drop in some, that was 15 grams, coconut oil. This one, maple syrup. So you could use any sweetener which you'd like. This could be honey, this could be something like a monk fruit sweetener. Really over to you. This will just give it its sweetness. A few drops, about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of vanilla essence, and that's it. The final ingredient's going to be the Good Green Vitality again. This is again going to give you a complete nutrient profile in this mix. If you have children, you could use the children's version of that, which is called Kids Good Stuff. So we're simply going to place the lid back on the Thermomix, and we're going to go to another special function, which is the blend. This comes preset, so all we need to do is turn the dial and it will automatically go to 6 and blend itself for 30 seconds. And all we need to do now is simply transfer this over to your mold. Now this recipe will actually make a lot more. So this is one that we've prepared earlier. You can see how they've turned out perfect. A great treat for the family.
Indeed, a great treat, and it's dairy-free, egg-free as well. So decadence without the guilt.
So thank you for tuning in today with us. Just quickly going through what we made. We made the smoothies, we made the curry, which it makes a great dinner, and finally the dessert. A big thank you for Luke coming on today.
Thank you for the opportunity. You guys have a great day, and remember to like and follow the channel for more tips and inspiration.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.